Have you ever watched a YouTube video and then thought to yourself that, oh man, it's gonna be so easy to make something similar, and then you try it out on your own, and then only to realize that it was way, way harder than you thought it would be to begin with? Yeah, I've been there too. And in this video, I thought we should talk a little bit about the YouTube video structure and what you should know about YouTube in 2021. I'm not saying that I'm a pro, but I've been doing this for quite some time, and I might have some tips for you, so let's get to it, huh? First off, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on this video. I'm really hoping that you will enjoy the content that is in it, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that, and follow me on Instagram as well, because we are having a blast over there. So head over there, check it out, and just enjoy the good old Insta stories and teasers and all that good stuff. I remember the first time when I was supposed to make a YouTube video after watching some great creators and thought to myself, you know what? That is something that I can do better than them. And then when I tried it, I realized that it was way harder than I initially thought it would be, and I had to spend way more time and energy to be able to get something even close to what they produced with my own content. And ever since my first viral video, which was the poker b-roll back in 2019, I have been so hooked into the analytics of YouTube and what makes the algorithm like kick a video off and what doesn't make a video kick off, and trying to analyze different things that can make videos perform better. And the last couple of months I've actually been running an experiment here on my channel, which basically has been just to produce vlogs and not pay any sort of attention to the thumbnail of the video. Previously on my channel, I did spend a whole lot of time and energy onto the thumbnails and also on the actual video structure of my videos, and that generated in way more views than the vlogs that I've done recently. But the vlogs that I have done recently are also my personal favorites. Back to like what you should know about YouTube in 2021, because the algorithm is the key to getting your channel to grow. And there's probably a bunch of different YouTube experts out there that are incredibly good at what they do. I'm just going to talk about my experience and share my knowledge with you so that you can create something that will generate more views to your channel. One of the first things that you should focus on when you are creating your YouTube videos is to hook the viewer. I know that we talked about this a bunch of different times, and you probably heard it from a bunch of different creators as well, but this is very, very important to make sure that the audience watches more than just the beginning and then click off. And there is a bunch of different ways that you can do a hook into your videos, but one of the things that I've found to be working very well is to show the best part of your video in the beginning and then cut off just as the thing happened or the thing was about to happen, and then start from the beginning of the day, the vlog, the review, whatever it is that you're creating, and then take the viewer along on the entire journey. And when I'm saying take the viewer along on the journey, I mean basically taking the viewer along on the different steps that led up to that specific point in the video that you want to show off. So if you're talking about a product review, for example, then you want to show off all the goods of the product in the beginning of the video, and then talk about the goods of the product, because people are there not only to see what the product can do, but also to hear your thoughts on what the product is performing in the different scenarios that you have used it. But it's also very important that you don't give it away all at once, because you want to make sure there's save different steps in the video, and using bullet points is an incredibly good way to do this, because if you do that, then you have a hit on your hard drives, va? En liten Gotte-video kan man kalla det, va? Edit away all the unnecessary things that you have in your video. I highly suggest when you are in the beginning of your career that you do a rough edit and then send it to a friend, and then they can watch the video through and say this and this shouldn't be in the video because it doesn't provide any actual storytelling or provide any value of the rest of the things that are in the video. Because when you cut things out that are not driving the video forward, that is also when you start to get this like fast-paced YouTube, like always something happening feeling into your videos as well. For example, if you record a vlog, make sure that you cut all the unnecessary things out, such as opening the door, walking outside, going down, walking to the car, or something similar, because you don't need all those things to be able to connect that you're actually going somewhere. Being comfortable in front of the camera is something that you need to practice on to be able to convey your message in a good way. And at first it's gonna feel super weird because talking to the camera is very strange and it doesn't really feel natural. It feels like you're talking to an inanimate object and don't really know what to do. And a couple of things that I did in the beginning was that I over-exaggerated everything so much so that it felt a little bit like acting, but very bad. Now that I've been talking to you for a really long time, it feels more natural and it doesn't feel like I'm sitting here talking to a camera. It feels like I'm talking to you. Which brings us in to talk about you. When the viewer, or you in this case, watch my videos, it is very important that I talk to you and not they as a group. Because if I address you as a person, then it's gonna feel more natural and more personal when you're watching my videos. But if I were to say, hey you guys, then it would feel like you are just a part of the community in a way. It wouldn't feel as personal as saying you, if that makes sense. And this also requires a lot of practice and something that I am not good at right now. I really need to practice this on my own. But if you're doing this from scratch, or if you want to up your YouTube videos and, you know, create better kind of like engaging content, then that is a way to do it. Because when you say you, then it feels way more like, oh, fasen, Peter is talking to me. Last thing is going to be extremely obvious, but it's also something that we talked about before. It's going to be the show more than you tell. Let me give you an example. Explain what you want to do or are about to do, and then show the audience what you're doing. That's a great way of doing like visual storytelling with show, don't tell. But the best thing that you can do is to record what you're doing and then explain why you did it, because that is basically how storytelling works. You do something and then record the entire process of you doing this, and then show that and talk about it later, because then you also have the experience of doing that said thing, so that you can talk about that experience and show it at the same time. I hope that that made sense, but if it didn't, do drop a comment down below. And if you're interested in learning even more about YouTube structure and YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff, I am actually going to drop a course that will be live before Christmas Eve this year. So if you are interested in that, I'm gonna drop a link down below where you can pre-order the course, and we're gonna go through like product reviews, vlog structure, general videos, analytics, all the things that you can think of in the YouTube realm that I have knowledge of, and we're gonna just spew things. I would also love to know your thoughts on this, and if you thought this was a good video or not, do drop a comment down below. And Peter from Sweden is going to go and shoot some videos. So have a good one. Take care. See you in the next video. Hej då!